Instance of what's up with K9s. On this drop, I wanted to show, I guess 0.15.0 technically, but I just found just recording this screen cast here that I have a bug in the code, so it's probably going to be 0.15.1. I think I was bombing here, for a second. Anyway, I'm pretty excited about this. This is a really story, long time coming. Alex Ellis of OpenFaas fame had pinged me pretty much, when I released K9s about a year ago, and asked me, hey, you should support, OpenFaas and functions, in there. And, I really wanted to do this, but I think, the code base was not that great, to be honest. So I think, we are in a better place now with K9s, and I felt that, that would be a logical next step to actually support OpenFaas functions. So let's take a quick look. Again, I'm going to run here a local instance. Since the build, the 0.15 is really toast right now when it comes to OpenFaas. So I apologize for this. I'm operating on a minimal sleep, so pilot error on my side. All right, so let's take a look at what we have here. So I've got a local cluster, Minikube. I am running the latest here from master, and we can see that this cluster currently is OpenFaas aware. We have OpenFaas components running here, as pods in the OpenFaas namespace. So we know that the framework is actually available for us to start doing some function stuff here with OpenFaas. So again, I am a newbie, total newbie. I've done quite a few things with OpenFaas a few years back. I have not had the chance to go back and look. So, take everything I'm saying here with a grain of salt, because I could totally, misrepresent things. But what I've done, and again, thanks to Alex for the killer docs, just use a straight up, very simple function that I've built here. So let's take a look. It's called hello. It's right out of Alex documentation. Here we have it's a Go function available, on the /hello endpoint, and I'm pushing the Docker image to my own Docker Hub registry, and that's pretty much as bare as you can get, I guess, when it comes to the function definition. So now if I hit the OpenFaas CLI, so fast CLI deploy -f on this function, and I specified the gateway to be, let's see, $OpenFaas. I'm going to show you this in a second here, if you don't mind. I'd like to deploy it, and let me switch this over to first. Let's go look at the aliases available. So if I filter on Faas here, we see that I have now a brand new resource called OpenFaas. I've defined short names for them. Again, you can tell me what you'd like. I'm a terrible typist, so shorter the better for me. OFA, OFAS, or OpenFaas. I can reference to those functions for OpenFaas in any of those aliases. So if I navigate there right now, nothing up my sleeve. I got nothing up and running, right? And then I'm going to actually hit it, and we can now see that we have a function that eventually will become ready once a pod has been allocated for it. So here, what I wanted to show you is those environment variables. I think there's currently 3. Again, this could all change, based on feedback from Alex and his crew and OpenFaas, members. They could tell us, what would be best here. But I think I've got 3 OpenFaas gateway, which basically exposes the OpenFaas gateway as a node port on this cluster. I've got a TLS insecure, true or false, and also have OpenFaas JWT token in case you're using JWT auth to authenticate with the gateway. So in this case, I've turned this stuff off. I believe that will work. I've tried it last night, and it seems to be working. But again, I could have totally hosted something. So please let me know via an issue, and I'll fix it as quick as I can. So now we have connection here. We know our OpenFaas gateway is good since I've deployed the function here. So let's take a look at the function. Again, nothing special here. That's what's cool, because it works like any other Kubernetes resources as far as K9 is concerned. I can hit describe here with a D, and it'll show me a description of this function. And likewise, I can hit YAML here, that shows me the YAML. Again, for the acute readers, no difference, right? It's exactly the same stuff. I don't have anything special right now between describing a function and dumping the function to YAML. It's exactly the same view, really, if in this instance. Hopefully, we can do something a little bit better, later on once we assimilate completely. But one thing you also notice here, for example, the age, I don't really have a timestamp, when those functions got created, so I can't really record that. So right now the age is always going to be 0 no matter when you deploy the function. Again, we'll take a look in closer detail, as we move forward with this feature. We do display, info of information, the image, the labels, and all that good stuff, right? All right, so now if I go back to my shell here, and I believe I can hit, let's see, HECO. I'm still on that Austin Power trip from last weekend. So let's try this. Hello, let's try this. Hello, happy FeZ Thursday. Happy FeZ Thursday. And if I pipe this to FastCLI invoke, I believe, hello, gateway is OpenFaas gateway. I should be able to hit it, and if I hit it a couple of times, we should now see the invocation count go up as expected. So that's cool. So now I should be able to do, let's try this here. We can put this in a watch or something. Actually, let's do this later on. So one of the feature here is that now from a function, using enter on a selected function, I can now navigate to the pods, one or more that are associated with this function, depending on how you have it set up, as a deployment number of replicas. So now I've got this one function called hello running on its own replica set. Again, this is now all business as usual. As far as K9 user, you have access to everything else. Shelling in, logs, edit, all that functionality here, right? So now I can go in, for example, and hit the logs. And if I did a watch here, let's see, on this stuff, would that work? No. Let's see. Probably the alias causing me FastCLI. Yeah, here we go. So now we should see some logs. So if I clear the log with C, should be every 2 seconds, logs coming in. So again, this is not anything special. It just fronted right now. Instead of having a deployment or service or a stateful set as the controller for the pods, now we have a function that's front the whole thing, right? So that's cool. Now, likewise, I can actually go into the pod directly. So if I navigate to the pod view again here and selected on namespace, and let's see, sorted by namespace. Over here, we can see that OpenFaas-FN special namespace that Alex put together for seeing the hello function up and running. And now I can also take advantage that I've just changed this today, as a matter of fact, after watching Ray Tsang, on the CLI yesterday, trying to do port forward on the service, or a pod, which I haven't had before. Previous releases of K9s only did port forwards only on the container, which at the end of the day, that's really what you are doing. However, I find myself always wanting to be able to hit the port forward either at the pod level or the service level. So let's do that at the service level on SVC. So here I should have the service here, hello. So now if I hit Shift F for port forward, now I have my port defined here. Let's say I keep it open on port 8080. So now I have the port forward specified now at the service level, and I can hit the command PF for port forward. That shows me all the currently port forwards that are actually open. And here I'm going to go, full Monty with Jenna, Dogan, awesome Hey tool. So let's go ahead and benchmark this sucker. So right now the default on the benchmark is 2 concurrency level set to 2, number of requests 500. So if I hit this using Control B, I should be able to hit the benchmark. Again, this is super fast. And now I can, again, on the selected port forward, press enter. And now that shows me, all the benchmarks running. I know that I'm running on that OpenFaas function about 386 requests per second, on the 200 here, 200 requests, 200 okay, no errors, everything looks good. And then if I hit enter again on the selected benchmark, I actually get to see the histogram. Again, this is only hitting one single container, right? It's not a node port open on the service level with the fan out and the load balancing here. So this is straight up container burst. So you can set that, by the way, using benchmark with the name of your cluster, so you can specify different configuration based on which cluster you're connecting to, and you can of course set all those things like request parameters, how many times the concurrency levels, how many times you want to hit it. Again, all of this is an affordance on the Hey awesome tool that Jana gave to us. So we should be able to experiment, just figuring out between version A, version B, what's going on in terms of the perf on the straight up shot here, just within K9, which I think is cool. Okay, so that's pretty much it. So the other thing, so let's go back to our function here. So I think it's OFA. So if I go to OFA now, I can also delete the function, right? And that will blow it away. So again, we have the pod termination policy here. Whatever the setting is, I forgot now, it's 10 or 15 seconds or more, 30 seconds. So we have to hang out now, waiting for that function to delete. We notice status is indeed set to not ready. We can see our invocation count here going from the watch that I still have going on underneath here, and boom, the function is gone. So that's it in a nutshell, what we have going on here right now for OpenFaas support with K9. I'm really excited about this feature. Again, I know I owed it to Alex for a long time, and I'm glad that's finally coming together. Again, this is the beginning of this story. I'm sure I missed some stuff. I'm sure there's better things that I can do here, and I'm hoping for Alex and his crew, and also anybody that's using both K9 and OpenFaas to give us maybe some more directions on best ways to do things, or things they're expecting to see or that are currently kind of too tedious to do. So that would be cool as well. Last, I want to go back again to that X-ray view on pod. I did a little bit of work on this. So this was also still work in progress. We added a few more shortcuts, so I can, with the next expand and collapse the all tree. So now we can navigate. Again, the icons are going to be based on your terminal settings. I'm using Xterm 2, 3 here, and I got access to those. Some other folks on perhaps different operating system may not represent the icon, so we have an alternate X-ray view that just is iconless, which you can use as well. So here is my pod, and again clicking enter, I can navigate to this pod. Again, business as usual, pod containers, logs, right, and then back to X-ray view. I can see now on this pod I have a default service account set with a default service account secret, right? So you can look at this guy here, or I can describe it right here as well. So again, pretty much the same commands that we had before. I added a few more which we didn't have when I first dropped X-ray, so now these are available to you as well. I think that pretty much kind of wraps it up. I also wanted to show you another feature, one more thing, that I think I spaced showing you last time, which I think is really cool actually, which is the CAN, right? Security is, a big deal, more and more, right? We get more and more of our apps out there. How do we know we got all those RBAC policies, set up correctly? So hopefully K9 can help you a little bit here. So I can do a CAN, let's see, on a user, again, pretty cryptic, just to figure this out, but you with a user, or G colon with a group, or A, or was it S? I forgot. SA, I think it's SA colon for a service account, and this will tell you, what can that guy, that user, that group, that service account can do on your cluster. we have a nice view here showing you all the resources, brand namespace, sub resources, and then all the verbs, checkbox, cool, X, denied, on all the various, verbs available in Kubernetes land, which I think is really cool, right? So this is very much in line with the other stuff that we have with cluster roles and cluster role bindings, right? So we have more of that, but now we're doing a reverse traversal to basically going back, from an entity, from a subject, back up to, what roles are available, which I think is really useful, especially in light of, kubectl can, all over the place. So I hope, you find this useful. I totally spaced. This has been the product for, I don't know, several months, maybe even more than, since I released it about maybe 4 months later or something, I added this, but I don't think I was very good about advertising it. So now it's out there. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for listening. I hope this was useful. Please, give the OpenFaas a shot. Let me know, of your issues or whatever, or if you want to send me PRs. I love PRs, so feel free to do that as well. And that's it. And again, big thank you to Alex and his crew, the OpenFaas folks, for making this available for all of us. Alex is amazing to me. He's relentless. Continuing improving tools, with K9s and inlets and OpenFaas, and I mean, it's got to be one of the most productive guy on the Kubernetes community that I know. So that's very cool, and big kudos to him and his team for again making this available to us. Anyway, thank you for tuning in. I hope this was not too long. Keep in tune for 0.15.1, which could be the right choice here for you guys, especially if you're trying to do OpenFaas, because the bug is in there. Anyway, thank you so much, guys. Happy FeZ Thursday, and I hope I see your face again. All right, see you guys later. Bye.